And now, for your listening pleasure, the Blazing Defender Report with your host, Travis Jones. And now, for your listening pleasure, the Blazing Defender Report with your host, Travis Jones. I had no idea. So I was just letting the music play and trying to figure it out. New on Twitch. How you like that? Yeah, real new, apparently. So what's going on, everybody? Welcome and happy Friday to everyone. End of the work week. I know you're fucking psyched about that. I know I would be. I am just come. Debo's in the house. What's up, Debo? For everybody listening to me on iTunes, I do this is live. This is, I mean, it does go away to be edited, but trust me, it's nothing's getting really edited out. So this is a live audio recording of what's going on. You're going to hear all my screw ups, everything that I probably shouldn't say, everything I mispronounce. And people are in the chat, and I always like to give big shout outs to people in the chat because if it weren't for them, I don't know if I do this shit anymore, to be totally honest. So really, really glad to be here with you guys and on Twitch. So like Twitch is cool. I'm figuring it out, kind of. My Facebook is usually on my show's usually on Facebook Live. So I have tried to transition over to Twitch. As you could tell by my intro, it's been a tad bit rocky. But we're getting it. We're going to figure it out. So yeah, I appreciate everybody that has followed me in the last few weeks. If you know anybody that you think may dig this show, give them a link. Let them check the show out. The videos are up online. They can go to the Facebook page and also see all my videos, even the ones I don't want you to see. Those are on there as well. So please check those out. I really, really appreciate all the follows. I'm trying to get to affiliate level. I don't know if any of y'all know what that is. I'm sure you Twitch streamers know. But stop talking. You why, Nicole? I'm supposed to talk to you. And again, I want to thank everybody in the chat because I am starting a little bit early. I did say 3 o'clock, but it is 3 o'clock now after I done screwed up the intro. But I really appreciate everybody that's followed and supported me just through the years, not even now. I have been drinking a little bit. I apologize. So if I get a little sappy and soapboxy, that's just kind of what I do. But I do have a great show for you today, guys. And today I'm going to be talking about Alita Battle Angel. I seen the 10/20 show today, so it hasn't been that long, so it's still fresh on my mind. Thank goodness for you guys. And I'm going to talk about some TV that I've been watching that if you aren't watching, you might want to reconsider your viewing choices. No, really. There's some really, really good TV on right now, and I'm going to talk about 2 shows in particular. Maybe you've seen them, maybe you haven't. And I got comic books, man. I've got some awesome comic books this week. Like last week, if you watched the show, you watched the Facebook show, it was a so-so week. Comic books are like anything else, man. They can't knock it out of the park every week. This week, some really, really, really solid books. We're going to talk movies and TV and everything else. So first off, I want to give a big shout out to Collector Zone Cantina on Facebook. It's just a very positive Facebook group, guys. I know, right? Like that's a fucking unicorn. A positive anything on the internet. So a Collector Zone, it's all about people collecting toys, Funko Pops, stuff they find, stuff they get directly from the store. You have interaction with the people that run that company. So Marcos, who's usually in the chat, I'm starting a little bit early today. So, he'll be in later. And if not, he'll definitely watch the replay. But he is the owner and he's fantastic. If there's any kind of issue you have, you can contact him right there. How many other toy distributors can say that? Not a whole lot. And guys, I always preach this. Get out to your local comic shop, man. They're just cool. Like, they're really cool. Like, and I know in some areas, comic shops are kind of dying off, right? Everybody's going digital. I get it. But there's nothing that can capture that magic of walking into an old, musty comic book shop, cracking one out of the plastic ass first, because some people get really bent out of shape over that shit, and smelling those nasty, old, mildewy pages. There's something about it. It brings back childhood memories for me. So, yeah. So, the world's most okayest DM, which is the world's worst username, because it's too goddamn long, is in the chat. What's up, Dennis? Dennis was my co-host last show. Hope you guys watched it. Had a ball doing it. This week, I didn't know when I was getting the show out. So I wanted another guest host, but I just didn't know when I could get the show out. And that's another reason it's early today. I have a sick wife and blah, blah, blah. Nobody cares. It's Friday. Crack open a brew. We're going to nerd out a little bit. So let's just get the show started. Oh, if you dig really cool shirts, just saying, TeePublic.com, the Giant Size Team Up Network. I have a link on the Facebook page, I'm pretty sure, and maybe my man Debo, my man in the chair, I'll post the link in the chat. If you wish to buy a t-shirt, a sticker, I've got stickers. Yeah, just big enough to put on your junk or your boobies. Yeah, like little, like that. Like, that would be cool, right? It'd be hot. Valentine's Day was just yesterday, man. Keep the fire going is what I say, with the blazing Defender fire. You know what I'm saying? But no, stickers, t-shirts, and coffee mugs. I just got my coffee mug the other day. Fuck, I should have brought it up. It's really cool. They look really good. They're a little small for a big coffee drinker like me, but I can still get it to the rim, and it's well. It's a very... Oh, thank you, Debo. Thank you so much for posting that, man. You're awesome. Appreciate it. Blank screen there. Is anybody else having a blank screen? Might be you there, Jason. I hope. I feel like everybody would have been saying, it's blacked out, what the fuck? So I really don't want it to be a black screen. So if there is, guys, please let me know. And I'll go ahead and we're going to go ahead and get this party started, though. All right. So, again, get out to your local comic shops. Thank you all for the support. Go to tpublic.com. Support Giant Size Team Up Network. All right. Enough. Okay, first of all, I got to tell y'all this. Well, wait a minute. I'll transition. Like I said, I've been drinking and maybe doing some other shit I shouldn't do. So I'm kind of scatterbrained right now. But this is the deal. When I talk about Deadly Class, which I'm going to be talking about, there's something I need to remember to tell y'all, and I'm going to write a note. See, look, see, like nobody thinks I do this shit, but I do. Okay, and I probably shouldn't, so therefore I'm going to. Because it's my show. I do what I want. All right. Again, just got out of Alita Battle Angel. And let me just say, directed by Robert Rodriguez, it is, I fucking loved it. This is spoiler free. So if you haven't seen it, fear not. I just kind of want to give you a first impression on whether, like, if you're on the fence about going to see it, maybe what I tell you will make you jump one way or another off the fence. Let's go see it, though. Okay, that's the way you want to be jumping. Just FYI, that's the way you want to be jumping. It's amazing. I fucking loved it. I love the fight scenes. The fight scenes are amazing. They're an interesting mix of CGI, that the anime style, and live action. And I actually was lucky enough. What was I watching the other day? I think it was the Avengers or some shit. And they were doing Battle Angel stuff in between for the commercials. And they were showing how they put the faces on these like cyborg bodies. It was so cool. And then they showed like a little action scene with the host. Maybe you guys seen that. I don't know. But I was like, oh my God. Like, dude, this is the future of virtual reality video gaming though too. Like, way away, like before we can afford it, before it can be like mass produced, but it was amazing. So I'm really, 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 really thinking, fuck you, Jason. I seen your fucking post. Fuck you. Jason said I prefer the black screen. But it's these fight scenes are so cool, but this is way more than just an action adventure. Robert Rodriguez has created a world in this, and I'm so down for whatever comes next. And trust me, I really hope this movie does well enough to where we get several. And it's not a spoiler here, but they set this world up for a reason. It's like an Avatar type deal where I think they're going to continue to build on this story, and they did a perfect job of giving you enough origin, enough story of this new era that they're living in to make you want to do more, make you want to go see more, read more. Like, I would love to see this in comic book format. I think a really cool anime illustrator would be really, really cool on this. But there's going to be people that say, trust me, I've got buddies too, right? And they're all like, I fucking love story bullshit. Why they got to have that? Because, motherfucker, unless you're a cyborg, and even these cyborgs have feelings, like, it makes you care about the characters. Like, it makes you care about everybody involved. This is a father's story. This is a daughter's story. This is a soldier, a warrior's story. All these things wrapped into one. Now, is that to say that this movie isn't without issues? There are issues, but we're going to save that for another show. Maybe Dennis or Phil or somebody can go watch Alita, and I'll have them on, and we'll talk about it more in depth on what we liked and what we disliked. But I'm telling you right now, this movie is fucking amazing. It's cool as shit. She is a phenomenal character. This just goes to show you that a woman, it doesn't make a difference. Just write a great story and make them fucking badass. And there's one thing I will say, and I don't think this is spoilerific at all. The bar fight scene, like, how many bar fight scenes have you seen? Like, a billion, right? There's always a fight in a bar. Like, people should go there just to be happy and drink. Now, that's not what happens, especially with dudes. There is one of the best bar fight scenes, and I think in recent memory, I'm sure that if someone has seen the movie already, you could probably post one in the chat, and I'd be like, oh, that one was a good one too. This one is fucking amazing. I loved it. I mean, I'd love to see the look on my face as I was watching this whole scene play out, because it was just fucking dope, badass. She is badass and human at the same time. Very, very tough razor's edge you have to walk with a character like that. And Rodriguez and everybody involved did a fucking phenomenal job, man. I give it an 8.5. I loved it. I have been reading some reviews today, like since I've seen the movie. I don't really agree with any of them. Some of the ones I've seen were pretty shitty. And I'm just like, well, you just don't like this kind of stuff. You know, like you would rather watch a paraplegic learn to play the violin in New York City while he's trying to be enrolled in a gang by the Bloods, and his mom is a crack whore that's dad deals dope for the mafia. I don't know what the fuck you like, but it's something stupid, because this movie's fantastic. It's got something for everyone. Take your girl to see it. She's gonna fucking love it. It's brutal. Like, there were some small kids beside me, a couple daughters, I assume. The guy was the dad. And I was like, oh, shit. All right, and if you know anything about PG-13 movies, there's one word that you can say one time. And sometimes I can only think of one other movie that nailed that one word. Like, oh, that was a good use of it. This one is a very close second. And the word's fuck. Fuck it. I'll say it. It's fuck. And Wolverine did it the best in First Class, and maybe one of the best cameos ever. You know, and he said fuck off. Perfect use of a 4-letter word in a PG-13 movie. This one has maybe the second best. Really, really good. But if you've got young kids like under 13, you think, oh, it's a cartoon, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you might want to reconsider that. But excellent fucking movie, guys. Definitely please go check it out. And another thing I want to talk about is TV. I don't know what you guys are watching. I know Umbrella Academy dropped today. I'm really, really stoked to see that. I've started the first, let's see. Hold on really quick. So Jason says, so you're saying you did not read the New Yorker review of the movie? No, I don't guess I did, because I don't read the New Yorker. I don't live in New York. Is that bad? Like, I don't feel like I can do that. I think that's crossing some kind of state line bullshit. No, I did not read the New Yorker review. Is it glowing? I assume it's glowing since you're saying that. I really hope it is, because I think it's fantastic. I think the movie's fantastic. So the ones I seen were from not really comic book sources, like IGN. I didn't read their review. Comic Book Resources, didn't read their review. Comicbook.com, I did read their review. No, they never like sci-fi stuff, but I assume that they like this. The New Yorker is pretentious as fuck, and this comes from a pretentious... Oh, okay. Yeah, so it probably wasn't very good. Yeah, well, I think... Aren't you... Paul, I believe that's you. I think you're a New Yorker, right? I can contest to the New Yorkers being pretentious as fuck. But no, I really don't listen to reviews. Listen to me. It's the reason you're watching this show. So go see the fucking movie. And if you don't like it, I would love to know why you didn't like it. Like, maybe you just don't like this kind of stuff. But if you're watching this channel and you're watching me, then you probably do go see it. Okay. Moving on. TV. There's some really good TV shows on right now. If you guys watch this show, you know I love Deadly Classic Comic Book. Rick Remender. It's basically assassins go to Hogwarts kind of deal. It's set in 1987. It's during the Reagan era. It's these kids go to this school. It's the it's the King's Dominion School of Assassins, and it's basically got all of your cliques and everything. You got your jocks, you got your preps, you got your white trash, you've got your Latinos, you got your Asian, you got all these cliques But instead of, hey, I'm going to beat your ass at 3 o'clock, it's they're going to stick a knife in your back at some point, like literally stick a knife in your back. So, and it's a story about Marcus, who was basically a bum. His parents were killed. He was thrown in foster care. That went badly. And this show is so fucking good. And if that's not enough to get you hooked, the executive producers on the show are the Russo brothers. Do I have to say any more? They're huge fans of Deadly Class and Rick Remender. Rick Remender, which I just found out, is the showrunner. So, and Wong is the head schoolmaster. So you're gonna love this. I mean, it's on Sci-Fi, and I know a lot of people were very apprehensive about that. Sci-Fi is up their game, guys. Like, the next show I'm going to talk about is on Sci-Fi as well, and that's The Magicians. The Magicians is basically Harry Potter for adults. I mean, there's drinking fucking cum. There's, I mean, it's nuts. There's being a werewolf is a STD. So if you're infected with this werewolf curse, you only pass along by fucking or killing somebody. So you don't get rid of it. It just, your urges go down. Yes, Jason said Happy is on Sci-Fi, another comic book TV show that's just very, very good. The Magicians is I believe it's a mature adult book. I never read any of them. Magicians on Sci-Fi was my first experience with it. It's just fucking fantastic. This season has been really, really good. It's edited weird. And I will say that if I have to give a criticism, like there's like this last episode, they had to steal a heart for a spell from a Komodo dragon. And Margot, who's fucking balls hot. And that's another thing, guys. Magicians may have the hottest cast on TV. Like, they've got like 5 chicks that are rocking hot. So there's that. So Margot, which is probably the hottest, she has to steal a heart from a Komodo dragon. Well, the only person that has one of those is Kanye. They're in New York, so they go to steal Kanye West's Komodo dragon to kill it to get its heart. Now, you don't see any of that, but because then in the next scene they have the heart, but they talk about how they got the heart. It's just well done. Like, they're on a limited budget, right? So they can only do so much, but it's the special effects and everything really, really good. But if you haven't checked The Magicians out, I believe it's on Netflix. Yeah, of course drinking cum. And not only was it cum, it was Minotaur cum, which, who knows? Minotaur cum might not be that bad. It might be milkshakey. Who knows? You don't know world's okayest DM, so stop fucking trolling me, bro. You can eat some cum. You can eat my cum. No, but really, it's a good show. Every episode is always really, really cool. And it always kind of ends in like a cliffhanger or an oh shit moment, which I really, really enjoy. And it really gets you amped up for the next one. So Deadly Class, fantastic. And it's been another episode I want to tell you about is the episode before last, episode 4, I believe, was almost basically it was an homage to The Breakfast Club. If you've ever seen that movie, it was, from scenes from it. It was so cool where he's playing with his gum, or I think it was Saya. She's playing with her gum. And another show with really hot chicks. So you guys are going to love it. Please check it out. Let me know what you think of it. I play D&D. Of course I know what it tastes like. And you ain't tried shit till you've had a big old frothy mug of dragon cum. You know what? I would drink that shit. Like, I don't even give a fuck what it tastes like. Because I could always say, you may be cool and badass, but you'll never be as badass as a dude that drank dragon cum. So if you can get me some of that, I'd love to have it. All right. And the next thing is kind of, I didn't really want to spend any time on it. I didn't even have an image, which I had images for these, and I didn't fucking show them. I'll show you this one. Oh, and for guys that when I said that, the chicks were hot, super hot, this girl in the front, I don't like that picture right there does not do her boobs justice. Those things are monsters. Here's Penny to the left. He's really, really cool. Elliot, who's the guy at the very, very top. He's been infected with a monster that's out to kill the other magicians because they took something from him. We haven't found out what that is yet, but I love Elliot. He's awesome. Quentin, the guy to the right of him, is he's kind of like, I don't know, he's kind of your reluctant hero. He's kind of a bitch, but he has his moments, and it's really cool. But the whole cast is fantastic. You're gonna love it, guys. Trust me. If you are not already watching it. And then this is Deadly Class. This is just a fantastic, very playful. If you like the high school drama shit, which, you know, fuck it, man, I'm old and I still like that kind of stuff. You're gonna love it. And this last episode was really, really well done as far as that shit goes too. So please check those out. And the thing I was going to talk about that's basically everybody knows by now, but I actually heard it out of his mouth, and that was Ben Affleck is gone from Batman. He won't be Batman anymore. He basically said it on Jimmy Kimmel that he's not going to be Batman anymore. He said he tried to he was going to direct it, and he tried to work with the screenwriter, and they just couldn't crack a story that he wanted. So therefore he's stepping out and going to let someone else try it. So it is over. It's not just a rumor anymore. It's not just a Twitter, a vague Twitter post. He's done, which I'm very, very sad about. Which, if you watched the last episode with me and the world's most okayest DM, you got that I'm a big Ben Affleck fan when it comes to him playing Batman. Okay. I think that's all I got as far as movie and TVs, guys. So we're just going to jump right into the comic books, because that's what the show's all about, right? It's all about comics, bro. All right. We're going to start with one of my favorites of 2018. This is, if I'm a superhero guy. I like fantasy. I like sci-fi. Not much in the horror as when it comes to comic books. Gideon Falls kind of changed all that. Jeff Lemire and Adrian Sorrento. This book is just it's peanut butter and jelly. These two guys together are they're fucking dynamite, man. Jeff Lemire is done all kinds of great works. Sorrento has as well, but together on this book, they've created this creepy horror story that just has more twists and turns, and it's very much an acid trip. And it's once you crack open any of these books, I believe we're in what issue is this? Issue 5. It's just it's crazy. It's just nuts. So please check this book out. And Jason says, go back and read the run they did on Green Arrow. Yes, I actually have that at a convention when I went to Frankfurt Con. They had that in hardback, and I bought that because of these two, and I've not read it yet, but I definitely want to because I like Green Arrow, and I just love these two together. They're fantastic. But it seems to me that Sorrento's art is perfect for this type of tale. And, well, what kind of tale is a Blazing Defender? Okay, you're right. I'm going on about it, but you have no idea what it's about. It's about a red barn. And basically what we find out is, and I don't want to spoil anything because this book is chock full of spoilers. Like every issue you find out a little more about the red barn, but it's not quite what you think. It is a red barn, but it's more like a doorway into something else. And Sorrento's art is it's like being on acid. Like it's visual and it's like Inception, and you're like, what am I looking at? But it all goes so well with the story that they're trying to tell. And basically this red barn is evil. It's crafted evil, and it's killing people, and it's making people kill people. But how's it doing that? So we get in this issue here, the two main components, Fairweather and the priest, they finally meet because they both entered the red barn. Now, there's definitely something about these two individuals in their past, like maybe ancestry, that connects them to the red barn and has connected them together. And kind of like the magicians, This ends basically with an oh shit moment or a really big cliffhanger that really gets you amped up for the next issue. This is a fantastic comic book, guys. And it's by two of the best in the business. So you really don't get much better than this other than being, a superhero flick or a superhero comic or a sci-fi comic, which I dig. Those are my jam. But, man, good is good, and this shit is awesome. So please check out Gideon Falls. I give this issue an 8. We're finally getting more and more of this picture, and I'm really, really curious how it ends. Now, this is my beef with horror movies, horror stories, Stephen King, you name it, the end. Like, it always seems like movies and novels, they wrap them up so fast in horror genre. They doesn't really sound like, it doesn't make sense. It's almost like they got tired of writing it and just wrapped it up real quick, or they ran out of money on the movie and decided to end it real fast. So I'm really hoping that this gives me an ending with some meat to it that I can process. So, but I'm sure they will. Jeff Lemire, like I said, is a master. Okay. So that was Gideon Falls. What did I say? I gave it an 8. Yeah, I gave it an 8. Really, really good stuff, guys. You're gonna love it. You're gonna dig it. I think so. I know Brian Rodman, who's very much in that horror genre. I was telling him about it the first time he was on the show, and he finally read it and he sent me a message. He was like, "Bro, Gideon Falls." I'm like, "Told you, man." Like, I'm not right a lot of times, hardly ever, but I'm right about Gideon Falls. Fantastic. Another book that has been a huge surprise to me and to a lot of people that I've turned on to it is Shatterstar. Shatterstar is by Tim Seeley and Carlos Vila. Now, I don't know these two dudes other than this, but the whole premise really caught my attention. I've always dug Shatterstar, other than looking just so ridiculous. He's a badass. I mean, he was bred and built to be the perfect warrior. I mean, his bones are hollow to make him lighter, to make his reflexes faster. I mean, that's how much thought they put into this character. It's pretty cool. Rob Liefeld, I believe, which I can't believe I'm saying that. Rob Liefeld is as horrible of an artist as he is. He's created some decent characters, Shatterstar being one of them. So Shatterstar has left the Mojo verse. He's basically not with X-Force or anyone. He's taken a life as a landlord. And what he has done is he's given refuge and board to other individuals dimensionally displaced. What I mean by that, they're from other dimensions, either refugees or people looking for a fresh start. He's given them that. And basically, he feels like he's under their protection. Well, now that Mojo's gone from Mojoverse, the Grandmaster, and that's who we have here in the cover, has taken over Mojoverse. Now, he's the games, he's the Grandmaster. He's the game player of the Marvel Universe, right? Insanely powerful being. He's one of the Celestials. There's not really, he's an Eternal. Not really many people more powerful than these guys in the Marvel Universe as far as comic books go, right? So he has came and abducted the tenants to draw Shatterstar back to the universe to basically force him into working with him. Now, Shatterstar, of course, goes back. He has to enter the arena. Last issue, we had a huge fight with him and his old flame and tag team partner in Mojoverse. Her name was Gringrave, which she was a super hot, sexy psychopath that really gave Shatterstar a run for his money. It was excellent. This story has been very, very good. Now, how they tie that up? Because this is the last issue. This was a limited series. This is the conclusion. And I'm not going to tell you, but Shatterstar beats the Grandmaster. And there's not many ways that someone with Shatterstar's abilities could do that. But it was fantastic. I love smart endings that I can't see coming. And that's exactly what this was. I give this whole series an 8.5. It's definitely worth checking out. The one thing I will say with Vila his art in certain issues look a lot better. With 5, he looked rushed. Some of his inks didn't look finished, but it still didn't take away from a really, really good story with a lot of action, and it's extremely brutal, which it's Shatterstar, so it needs to be. But I really dig this book, man, and I think if you guys give it a shot, you're really going to dig it too. So I gave this I gave it an 8. I give the whole series an 8. I think every issue I gave an 8. Maybe the first one I gave an 8.5, because first issues, that's what they have to do. They have to drag you in, because if they don't, you're not going to go back to the comic shop next month and drop down $4 to see how the story ends. You don't give a fuck for $4, you know? So yeah, very, 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 very good. You guys are going to dig it. Okay. Next book we got on the list is one of my favorites, one of my favorite writers, one of my favorite characters, Thor. And as you can see at the top here, it says War of the Realms coming in 2 months. Now, what is that, Blazing Defender? Well, War of the Realms is Malekith has basically waged war, and he's been doing it for, golly, maybe since Aaron's been on the book, or at least since Thor lost Mjolnir to being unworthy and Jane Foster took over the mantle. So he's definitely been doing this war from that point on. Okay, so, you know, and it's going to be a big Marvel event, because this War of the Realms is going to spill over into Midgard, okay? So, but now that we have Thor, he doesn't have a hammer. This is comic books. This is not the movie. So Stormbreaker is Beta Ray Bill's hammer in the comic books. Thor is basically hammerless right now. So what I love about this story is like, since War of the Realms is coming, Thor's doing the best he can to head it off, but he's by himself so far right now, because the Council of Realms is basically got their finger in their ass and they won't do anything. Sound familiar? So Thor is having dwarfs make hammers, and he's got like a different hammer every issue. Several hammers every issue, it seems like. So he can just call on one, but he breaks them. So here, Odin is basically the all-father of nothing right now, because Asgard has basically been destroyed. He has sent Cole on a mission to find out what Malekith's plans are. Thor shows up to get more hammers. And Odin and Thor, they've had a very, very rocky history. Thor has tried to live up to Odin and impress him all of his youth. He's basically gave up on him, and Odin has really fucked up the last 4 or 5 years. He's done some really, really stupid shit. Freya has left him and went to Earth. Like, she doesn't want anything to do with him anymore. He's a huge fucking asshole. In this issue, it all makes sense. We realize that Odin, even though he's the All-Father, even though he's one of the most powerful gods that have ever lived, he still struggles at being a father. And he and Thor have a fucking war against each other. And it's awesome. Now, my biggest complaint since Del Mundo came on this book as the artist is it looks a little messy. And you really got to kind of look at the interior to really find out what the fuck is going on. Like, what am I looking at? Okay, but he does great battle scenes, as you can see right here. I mean, this is Thor with the hammer he's using now, and him and Odin are just beating the dog shit out of each other. I mean, like, it's brutal and bloody. And the shit they're saying to each other is they're going for the fucking throat. Like, it's personal. Not only are they busting each other in the mouth, but their words are hitting harder and harder than their hammers are. And here you can see the blood, and inside the hammer, you can see like this is a beautiful, beautiful page where Del Mundo has illustrated the fight in the mirror of the hammer. And as you can see Odin down here, I mean, he's fucking beat down. You see the blood dripping off Thor's hand and the hammer. But the whole time, Odin is telling himself not to do what he's doing, and he does it anyway. He wants to tell Thor that he loves him and he's proud of him, that what he's most proud of being the All-Father, is being the father of what was going to become the world's greatest, the universe's greatest god of all time, which is Thor. But he just can't fucking do it because he's so caught up in his own shit. They've taken two gods, two of the most powerful people in the Marvel universe anywhere, put them in the DC universe. They're still going to be two of the most powerful. And they've humanized them because we can all kind of relate to whether it's an issue with your mother, your dad. I mean, Jason Aaron, man. No one writes Thor like Jason Aaron. Like, I can think of a creator that has captured the voice of a character. I can't think of a writer that has captured the voice of a character more completely and insanely well like Jason Aaron has with Thor. This issue here is one of my favorites that Jason Aaron has done. It's amazing. I fucking love it. I love Jason Aaron. I love how he writes Thor. And I give this issue a fucking 9. It was almost my pick of the week. I really wanted it to be, but I had to go with my heart and what the pick of the week is, and I couldn't do it. But please check out Thor. If you can, and one of the reasons I graded this so high is you don't have to know anything about what came before. Like, you don't have to know about the War of the Realms. You kind of get it. It kind of plays in the background. This is a single contained story that anybody that like good artwork, an emotional story, good battle scenes, and they can pick this up and really be cool with it. And that's the reason it gets really, 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 really high marks. But yeah, Thor. I don't remember what issue it was, but just get it. It's the new Thor that came out this week. It's fucking awesome. Okay. The next book is one of my top books of 2018 as well, along with Gideon Falls and Thor for that matter. It's a good week. I told you it's a good week. Magic Order by Mark Millar and Oliver Kopel. This is the conclusion of this series, the Magic Order. And basically what we have is a family of protectors of magic, and one book in particular that has spells that could just destroy life as we know it. So they're also in protection of that. But basically what they do, they're kind of like the Men in Black. Like they keep people that don't know magic exists. They keep us from losing our minds and seeing it. So anytime like someone steps out of line and they have to take that person down, they basically do it in a way to where people don't really understand what they're seeing and think that, oh my God, that's not possible. So this is Cordelia, and she's kind of the fuck up of this family. Okay. And the family is under attack by another order of people that basically been cast out and not allowed to play, not allowed to be guardians, but they're massively powerful magicians, but their morality's corrupt. So therefore, they're not allowed to protect the secrets of the Magic Order. So they're pissed. They bound together, and they basically waged war on our heroes here. Well, in the last issue, we found out one of the family, I'm not going to say who, in case you decide to pick this book up, which is amazing, you definitely should. We find out that he has betrayed them, and he was kind of the golden boy of the Magic Order of this family. He left it because there was a tragedy where his daughter died, and he was basically responsible because of magic. He promised his wife he would never do it again. Well, now that this other sect has came and basically they're going to damage everything, in reality, he's decided to step out of the shadows and start to perform magic again, because like he's pretty much the most talented of the family. Or is he? So in this issue here, we had the last final battle scene. It looked pretty bleak in issue 5. I'm not going to lie. But it all plays out. This is some of Mark Millar's best stuff to date. I mean, Oliver Kopel's art is amazing. His fight scenes are amazing. This is a very adult, very graphic comic book. It's very Magicians-like as far as being an adult Hogwarts, an adult Harry Potter. They have wands, as you can see here. This is Cordelia and Gabriel squaring off at the end. This is one of the final battle scenes, and well, actually, this isn't a battle scene. I'm not going to tell you what this is because I don't want to give it away, but it's fantastic. Again, very well written because I didn't know how they were going to get out of this. Like, is it going to be some magic spell that gets them out, or is it going to be something else that's more in front of your face that you didn't see? So, but I never seen who turned on them turning. And there was also a bit character. I had to mention this because I thought this was so cool. This is So Miller. He took a big character that you didn't see a lot of, and as this issue unfolds, you find out this dude is so fucking powerful, he put himself away. Like, you would never think through this story that this dude was going to be key in how this story ends. And he is, and when you find out, you're like, oh shit. So there's several oh shit moments in the story. Fucking amazing, man. Like, this is a great, great story. I give it as 9 as well. I give the whole series a 9. It was amazing. Please check this out when it comes out on trade, or go by the single issues now, because let me tell you, you don't want to be one of the Walking Dead people. And what I mean by that is you don't want to be one of these people that passed on The Walking Dead, and then when the TV show hit, their comic collection was worth a few $1,000s, okay, for a few issues, actually. If you had the complete run, there ain't no telling how much you could have got out of it, several $1,000s. So when this is going to be one of Mark Millar's first projects on Netflix when the Miller universe comes to Netflix. So this is going to be a TV show. Guys, I would get on this now, because if it's anything like the comic book, it's going to be fucking amazing and it's going to take off. So you're going to want to have those back issues, trust me. So yeah, please check out the Magic Order. Just a great, great read. I mean, you guys like this shit. It's not capes and swords, but it's magic, and it's fucking, and it's blood and guts and betrayal, but he humanizes every one of these characters, even the dad. There's a very touching scene in this that was kind of how it ends, and you're like, oh damn. And I mean, anytime a comic book can make you emote or feel something like that, it's a win, man. Very excellent book, great series. Please check it out. All right, my pick of the week, and I'm extremely surprised by this. Now, I know what y'all are saying. Oh, it's fucking Batman, but it is and it's not. This is the Batman Who Laughs, number 3, number 4, Batman Who Laughs 5. No, 3. This is 3 by Scott Snyder and Jock. That Jock is the artist. Not on this cover here, but I am going to show you some interiors in a minute. But what I will say is Scott Snyder hasn't blown my doors off. He hasn't blown my doors off in Justice League. He hasn't blown my doors off with Batman Metal. I was very excited for those, and they fell flat for me. So to see him back on Batman and doing great work, this is a fantastic story. Just to put it in a little context, this Batman is from a dark universe. He is Bruce Wayne, but in that universe, that Batman kills the Joker. What created the Joker in the first place is what they call a Joker virus. So whoever kills the Joker is infected with the Joker virus and becomes the next Joker. So this Batman became the Joker. Therefore, he became the Batman Who Laughs. So you can imagine the Batman, technical fighting, his fighting ability, his resources, his brain, all of that in the body of a fucking psychopath like Joker. So that's who you have. So the Joker, who came over from the dark universe, is still here. He's still out to destroy Batman. He used the Batman, his weaknesses against him, because he knows all of them. And that's what makes this story so much different. This is the bleakest Batman story I've ever read. And what I mean by that is Batman, especially at the end of this issue, the Batman he's lost. And when do we see that? Like, we don't see that. Batman always wins, right? At the end of this issue, I don't know. If he has a plan, I can't see what it is. This is good stuff. The Grim Knight, who is basically Punisher Batman, the Batman who laughs has brought the Grim Knight over with him. We finally see Batman the Grim Knight fight, which is really, really cool, really awesome. The Grim Knight has a one-shot coming out very soon that I cannot wait for because, like, again, put everything the Batman knows into the Punisher. And, I mean, who could beat that guy? Well, Bruce might can. I don't know. But can he beat the Batman who laughs? It really doesn't look like he's going to be able to. So I'm really curious how this is. Now, I wanted to show you this. The one gripe I have about the story is Jock's artwork is very, I don't want to say abstract, but it's very messy. It's very, I don't even want to say noir because it's not. It's just messy. It's not like tight lines and, really sharp images. It's like this. And you're like, who the fuck is that? Well, that's Joker. And the reason the Batman's eyes are red is he has been infected with the Joker virus because he basically killed the Joker in issue 1. Now, they kept the Joker alive. They got his heartbeat back. And basically, Alfred performed fucking open heart surgery, which he told Batman, I don't know how to do this. And for somehow, some way, the Joker is conscious, and as you can see here, his heart is still beating in his chest. Dude, there is more twists and turns in this book, but it's working. Sometimes I think Scott Snyder gets so involved in a story, he's got so many tangents and subplots, the main story gets lost. Well, the main story here is to beat the Batman, and all of these subplots are coming together. And like when you think Bats might have something figured out, it goes bad. And then something else is added on top of that. I really don't know how Bruce is going to get out of this one. And the last image of this, I did not want to spoil it. Even Alfred was like, oh my God, Bruce, what have you done? Like, Alfred's like, fuck, this is fucked. We're fucked. So can't wait to see how this ends. It's been a fantastic run. I give this issue a 9, just below a 9.5. It's really, really good. You got James Gordon's son, who's a psychopath as well in it. As also, Batman's trying to get his help. He's very much Batman, but he's trying to fight the urges of the Joker virus in him. So it's just very, very good. And Jock's art is starting to make sense to me now because this is just an ugly tale. It's an ugly story with Batman and the Joker and the Batman who laughs and the Grim Knight. And it's just ugly. It's dark. And his artwork actually is really, really starting to make sense to me now. I'm not looking at images going, man, it's just fucking messy. I don't like it. Now I'm looking at them going, man, it fits the theme of this story. So maybe, and I've loved this story up until, and even now it's even taken off again. So that speaks to a book, right? Like you love the first issue, the second issue, it was pretty good. Maybe not as good as the first, but it's pretty good. It's right there. Then the third issue, you're like, whoa, fuck, dude, it's on, motherfucker. So that's what this issue did for me, and that's the reason it's my pick of the week. Read it. Let me know what you think. Read the first one. Read the second one. Don't jump into this one because you won't know what the fuck's going on, and it won't have the gravitas that it had. But this is going to be an excellent trade. I think all you guys are going to dig it. Let's see. I'm sorry. I've kind of lagged on the chat here. Pounder Bondage. DC has declared 2019 year of the villain. Good, because you know who loves villains? This guy right here. I feel like heroes are only as good as their villains. I feel like that's what defines our heroes is the villains. And what better dichotomy than the Joker and the Batman? I mean, like those two, I mean, they have this weird dynamic that's always worked. and it's hard for us to get a story that we haven't seen before, or, oh, Batman's in trouble, he'll get out. But can you tell? No one can come to Batman's aid on this. So I really don't know how he's going to get out. But it's a great story. I love it. And it's going to be something that I think is going to have ramifications down the road, and especially like Jason said, DC has declared 2019 a year of the villain. So, and then in Batman's regular book, Bane has concocted this crazy elaborate plan to take Batman down, as far as foiling his wedding, and now he's brought Gotham Girl back into the mix. I mean, that Tom King has done an excellent job there as well, too. So Batman has been just a fucking strong book for the last 2 or 3 years now. So even with Snyder and Capullo were on, it was a fantastic book. But all right, guys. So in summary, please go see Alita Battle Angel. It's fantastic. I think you'll really like it, especially you anime guys. You're going to see a lot of anime themed art and animation in this. So go check that out. Not that I know anything about that shit, but it's what it reminds me of with her big eyes and everything. So that's really good. Please check out Deadly Class and The Magicians on the Sci-Fi Network. You're not going to be disappointed there at all. It's probably going to want to make you go read the comic books, especially for Deadly Class. And go pick up some of these books I talked about today, man. And if you can't, when me and Dennis were talking last show, and they're like, oh my God, y'all talking about stealing shit. We're not stealing anything. You can stream things online and for free. Yes, and Doom Patrol. Thank you, Debo. I had that in my notes and I skipped right over it. Doom Patrol Episode 1, the pilot, is out on the DC streaming service. I have not seen it yet. Umbrella Academy dropped today or yesterday on Netflix. So that's another good one. And I'm really excited. Dude, there's so much shit to watch, so much to read. What little time do we have? But that's the reason I think you guys come to this show, and I can kind of maybe guide you somewhere. It doesn't really sound like something I want to see, or holy shit, that sounds great. So let me help you in that journey. And again, guys, if you can follow me, that would be fantastic. If you know someone you think would like this, share it in the group, share it on some of your Facebook pages. I'd appreciate that. Or just send somebody a text with the link. Be like, hey, man, check out this dude. He's an idiot, but you might like him. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. One of the reasons I had to do an early show is my wife is sick, so I need to kind of go take care of her. So I wanted to get the show done by the time she got home from work. She hasn't been feeling good the last 2 days, so I want to make sure she's okay. But I, again, always appreciate your support. And don't forget about the shirts, guys. They look really good on you, I'm sure. And if you do get a shirt, please send me a pic. I'm going to make it like a collage out of all the people that get shirts and send me pictures. And I've already got a few, so I really appreciate it again. And thanks. And that's all I got. Enjoy your Friday. Have a very, very safe weekend. And guys, I always like to sign off the show by saying the world's crazy. A lot of people are so involved in their own shit, which I get it. There's a lot of shit going on. I find myself doing it too. But when you do, just think about how you would want to be treated. Do something for somebody. Just be nice to somebody for no fucking reason. Open a door. Help somebody with their groceries. See somebody with a flat tire. Just stop and ask if they need help. But not somebody that's really attractive, because that never goes well. You look at any movie and that person dies, unless you're the dude from Polar. That actually worked out pretty good for him, now that I think about it. So discard that. Help people. Basically, that's what I'm saying. Just help people. Just be nice to people. And because there's going to be those days where you're not. So please, and thank you for the get well wishes for my wife. I know she appreciates Team Shannon. Definitely appreciates the get well wishes. And for everybody listening on iTunes, I really appreciate that as well. But please try to check out the live show. I think you'll dig it. And get into the chat, man. Thank you again for all the well wishes and the good vibes to my wife. She needs it. She appreciates it. She's fine. I mean, it ain't like she's, super sick. I mean, she's probably got the flu or something, which I hope I don't get. I'm gonna quarantine her. Since she gets home, I'll put her in a plastic bag and put her in the basement. I'll feed her soup, man. So she's gonna be fine. I mean, just gonna feed her soup, but I don't want to get sick. But yeah, so again, if you could help push the show out, I really appreciate it. And the follows, man, I'm trying to get to affiliate level, which I need 50 followers. So if I can get that, I'd really like to have that goal before March. That would be fantastic. So, and I'm going to be doing more shows, and they're not going to be like the regular show, guys. They're going to be Twitch shows. Me and Dennis there are going to be more shows like that where me and Dennis are just rapping. Me and Phil from Botched. I'll probably get McFall on here from the Giant Size Team Up Network, from BTP, and we're just gonna rip, and we're just gonna talk about all the shit that we've talked about today, but just in a more casual setting. Big Sam's gonna be back on the show very, very soon. I've got 2 special guests. I'm just waiting to schedule. I'm waiting on them to schedule. So, could you post it on Facebook under the BDR page so I can share it to all my friends and followers? Yeah, you talking about my Twitch stream? Yes, absolutely, I'll do that. Actually, I think Debo he made a really good page. What I'll probably do is just reshare that, because that's a really, really cool page to share. But I'm going to make a video too and ask for people. I'm basically going to beg for followers. I'm going to beg. I'm not beyond that, guys. I'm not beyond begging for followers. All right, guys. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much, and enjoy your weekend. And for God's sakes, be safe. Peace.